Welcome and congratulations to Design Simple. You have made a fantastic investment in your design future. In this easy to follow downloadable video, you can learn the ins and outs of Photoshop. Welcome to Design Simple. Learn Photoshop in 5 easy lessons. Lesson 2, Let There Be Text. In this lesson, you're going to be learning how to use the T tool and create really cool text. For example, here the word music is written multiple times and creates a really cool effect that has a lot of depth. In this sample here, we have outlines and then different effects on the text. So let's get started. You're going to be learning how to use the T tool, characters, what's called tracking and kerning, the color palette, of course fonts, font sizes, warp, and then we're going to move into what are called blending options. The other thing about text is that you can transform and free transform text just like you did your boxes. So let's get started. File, new. Again, we're just designing 8.5 by 11, resolution 72, RGB, and make sure you're in inches. All right, the first thing I'd like you to do is click on the Move tool, okay? That just every time you want to reactivate your T tool, you just click on the T tool. On the Move tool. Okay, so click on the T tool. Now, the cool thing about the text tool is that you do not need to get a new layer. It will activate a new layer for you over here in the layer palette. So I'm going to click, okay? I just click back here. You can just eat this, delete it. Okay, I'm using my backspace. So I'll just write the word hello. In order to, you can move it obviously. Okay. You can also free transform. So I'm holding down the shift key, grabbing a corner, dragging out. Again, you can transform it. Now, you can scale, rotate, skew. Okay, you can also flip it, and then there's like a specific rotate, right? So let's say I want to rotate it just a little bit. Okay, so hello. All right. Next thing, let's say I want to change the color. Again, I'm just going to go over the basics first. So before you change the color, do you notice how I clicked on the T tool? So again, I'm on the move. I'm on the move, go to the T tool. I actually physically have to highlight it, okay? Then I can come over here and of course pick your colors, your fonts. Let's do, I always go to Bajas. It's my favorite design movement. Okay, here we go. So, no, I don't want a script. All right, just keep it really simple. And then of course here we'll do bold. Okay. Now, this is the point size. The point size is basically 130 right now. Now I can hover over the T. I'm clicking down on my mouse, left. I can actually decrease it, increase it. Okay, so that's another option. You can also manually go in here and let's say I want to do 150, enter. Okay. And you can click down here. But it only goes to 72. Those are your options there. Of course, you have your alignment. Okay. Here is where you pick your color. So here's my color palette. Okay. And again, there we go. So, but let's go back to the color palette real quick. Again, if you have a specific RGB color, okay, or a Pantone number, or a CMYK that you really need and want, please enter it here. Now again, it's going to look a little different on your screen. Print is always different than screen, so just remember that. I'll go over that in other lessons. Okay, say okay. All right, back to my move. Okay, I can move it around. Now, if I want, let's say I want it to reach from here, from the left side all the way to the right. So I'm going to track out my hello. So here is my tracking, okay, the VA character. So let's say it's not showing right now. So, because usually it doesn't. So go Windows or Window, Character, okay, not paragraph, character. And then again, I'm going to hover over and I'm just going to track it out. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to throw a stroke on the outside. So the best way to do that is go over to the hello layer, right click, blending options. These are your friends, they're amazing. Okay, I'm just going to be teaching a few. You can obviously play around with them. So you could do a stroke, okay? In order to activate the stroke, you have to double click on it. Okay, you can change the color, you can change the size. I'm just going to put a 3. Outside, normal. Again, you can play around with these different options. Okay. Another option, you can right click, blending options. I love outer glow. So double click on the outer glow, normal. Let's change it to like a light green. Just will help get a little crazy here. And then you have your spread. Noise will make it kind of crackly. Okay. And again, just play around with all the different options. There's so many different options. I usually don't save my style, but you could. Okay, you could say new style and then save it. Okay, so now let's say you don't like the stroke. Okay, you can always right click, blending options, and of course you can get rid of the stroke. Okay, so you just click it off. All right, okay, all right. So we have that first one. Now, if I absolutely love this and I want to repeat it, Control J, move it. Again, Control T. And then if you notice, there was like drop shadows, and there's a bunch of cool things. Okay. Double click. Okay, let's grab the T tool again. Okay, I'm gonna just click here at the end, backspace to start fresh. Hello world. Okay, I'm going to highlight. So again, you always have to highlight to activate it. Change my font. Change the point size. Okay. Now over here, there's a thing called warp. You can click on here. And you know, this is fun, like especially for ads or posters, that type of thing. You can flag it. Okay, you could wave it. There's all these different rise. Okay. Say okay. You can move this behind if you need to. Okay. Now, if I come over here, see how now it's like, well, where did my layers go? Where, you know, here are my layers, but where my font size, it's here. I can still track it in and out without highlighting it. And I can change my color here, okay? So that's it for working quicker, all right? And that way you don't have to constantly go back and highlight. Okay, I'm just gonna put that there. Now, let's talk about a few other little things that you can do with the T tool. Again, I wanna reiterate myself here. Remember, you can transform, free transform. These are the basics, okay? You can use the T tool. You have your fonts, your point size. Now, if you have a sentence, so let's see here. Let's make a sentence. Today I will, how large that is. So let's go back here, just go back to 0. And it's not. Okay, so let's just delete that. Trash it. Okay. Set it at 0. Okay, so today I will make sure to be kind to everyone. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go over here. This is what's called my kerning, okay? And this is between the lines. So if I put it on auto, let's highlight it. If I do 11, it brings it super close. 36, it moves it back a little. So you can kind of decide how much space you want between your lines. And this is fantastic for your ads. your website. Okay, there you go, like that. Then let's say I want to make this line tighter. So you're negative. Maybe I want to do the same thing here. So again, you can work with individual lines. That was 160. That was 60. But if I want to get it to actually match perfectly, so I'm going to say negative 55. Negative 50. I want the lines here to be exact. Okay, so there we go. So that's just playing around with, different tracking and kerning. Okay, one more thing. Okay, again, you can highlight the T. Let's say I want to take that out. I'm going to Control Exit. Grab my T again, Control V, and then this way I can work individually with just this T. Grab my T tool again. I'm going to pop that out a little bit, and I'm just going to move it up. That looks super cool. Okay, so again, this is how to play around with the T tool. If we want to be attaching it to objects and different things like that, that's a lot more advanced. That will be basically in other lessons. You really just need to learn these basics first, okay? So have fun, enjoy yourself. The T tool is super awesome. I will show you one more thing. You can do vertical, okay? And in future lessons, we will learn how to mask, where you can put an object behind the T tool. So you can make your T tool be clouds, that type of thing. All right, but we really need to have a strong foundation right now, and this works very well, okay? So you can, let's see here, I'll just show you where you can have a vertical text. Move it up a little. That would be vertical. Now, if you don't want something, you just trash it. Another thing up here, you can use your alignment. So if I want, let's see, hello and hello. Again, I'm holding down the Shift key, and I want them even. Okay. All right, have a great time with the text tool. You are definitely on your way to creating your own designs. In the next lesson, in lesson 3, we'll be covering how to add images. Okay, enjoy and have fun. Design simple, not harder.